Hi, team. I just wanted to thank you once again for allowing me to join you at your last professional learning community conference. I really enjoyed watching the way that you collaborated. It was very evident in the way that you spoke with one another, that you valued each other's expertise. And again, I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to be a part of that process. One of the things I felt helped you to be really successful were the systems that you had created in your 2-week learning cycles. I think that the documents that you guys shared and that you used to align your thinking really helped to organize the way that you guys collaborated. It was a great use of your time, was very efficient, and it felt like you got a great deal done in a short amount of time. Again, I wanted to celebrate that. One thing that I'm thinking about right now is a small stack of papers that you had, and when I looked at your group, I noticed that there were several stacks, and of those stacks, some of the students had mastered the concept, some were nearly there, and then you had a group of students who hadn't. And I know that you would agree with me when I say that every student deserves a chance to really feel good and successful as mathematicians, especially with the efforts that you put into the SBAC testing. And I know that you want them to feel successful in that testing process. So I had a couple suggestions that I'd like to help you to think through, and I'd love to be of support to you when the time comes. First of all, you each have brought your own value, have a great strength in teaching strategies. And when you guys were going through each of the student samples, I noticed that you reflected on your own teaching strategies. One thing I'd wonder is, how can you leverage the strength of your teaching strategies with one another? How can you leverage those strengths to support student learning, to really scaffold the instruction? What I'd suggest is that you guys take a look at those instructional strategies that you use, combine them, and see and then really find what can be really effective when you reteach some of these concepts to your students. Secondly, I feel that another great strategy you could use are making thinking visible routines. Those are routines that really put the ownership and the heavy lifting on the students. It creates a better student-centered environment where the kids are unpacking perhaps a misconception, a question they got wrong, and the way that you would use heterogeneous groups to allow some of the students who might be more advanced to think through the process of learning, and then other students are able to learn from one another is another great strategy that you could use. I'm happy to show you some of those ways. And thirdly is to pull some small groups, allow students to work individually and independently, and pull some small groups so that you have a better teacher to student ratio, and it provides more of that individualized support and scaffolding for kids. And one last thing is, perhaps if you don't have a chance to really discuss some of the instructional strategies with one another, go observe one another. I'm happy to provide the time and the support that you need for some release time, so that you can come in and do some of this work and really create and find some of the highlights that in some of your instructional strategies. Again, those are just some suggestions. What I would like to see is, please, on your shared document for your collaboration, shared collaboration document, please jot down some notes of some actions that you did, what you felt success in, and perhaps some that you might want to try, or some next steps. And then also let me know how I can support you in that efforts. Okay, I'm really looking forward to seeing you grow in your craft and in your collaboration. And please let me know if there's any way I can support you. Thank you.